morning, friends, and welcome to Unity on the Space Coast. Got to let you know this morning you are here at the right place at the right time. So please stand as you are able to sing our opening song, My Soul is Welcome Here.
Yay!
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear, 'cause my soul is welcome here.
Yes, it is.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
Right place,
My soul is welcome here.
right time,
My soul is welcome here.
right place.
My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. Oh, let's pray. Dear sweet Spirit, we say thank you, thank you, thank you for this day and the many blessings that are in our lives. We're grateful to be able to come together today as a spiritual family, whether in the building or online. We know that we're all one, that our souls are connected, that we all have and share that same spark of divinity, and that there's only one power in the universe and in our lives, God the good, omnipotent. And we give thanks for this in and after the nature of Jesus the Christ. And so it is. Amen. Come on in, Maida. You're welcome here.
Hi, Vera.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. We've got some special announcements. You're up.
I'm up. Valid.
That way.
I see there might be a teddy drive. Huh?
There is a teddy bear drive. My buddy and I are here to announce our teddy bear drive, and it is going to be through the rest of January and February. And this is to raise awareness of North Brevard Sharing Center. Now, why raise teddy bears? Bring teddy bears. The reason is almost every day, certainly every week, young couples with families come to North Brevard Sharing Center having been evicted from their homes or in trouble or some other situation, And North Brevard always wants to give those young children a teddy bear because in that moment, they need love. They need comfort. That is the purpose for this. This is not a frivolous thing we're doing. This is super important. So help join us to raise awareness of North Brevard Sharing Center and bring something really sweet for the kids. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not going to put him down, though.
On Tu- yeah,
don't
there you
have
go. I need something special.
It'll absorb his love.
That's right.
Yeah.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock, Dixie Reedy has a class that we do. It's How to Speak Unity. And right now we're going through the book Adventures in Resilience. Great book. We're having a wonderful time. Join us on Zoom on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock. And in celebration of Black History Month, we have got 3 of the greatest unity speakers ever. On February 6th, we have Val Parson, Reverend Val Parson. She's a hoot. On February 13th, we have Reverend Sandra Campbell. And then on February 27th, our very, very favorite, Reverend Kathy Beasley. Yay! So be sure to join us to celebrate Black History Month, the month of February.
Choir time. We have been raising a unity on Space Coast Choir, and we have quite a number of people who've signed up for that. And our own Meta Walden is going to lead us in that. She has a tremendous amount of experience as a choir director, I understand. I hear great things coming for this church. So our first practice is going to be the first Sunday in February, which I think is February 6th. Amazing. February 6th. And so for those of you who wish to join our choir, jump in, come to church on February 6th for sure, next Sunday as well. And come on February 6th and let's start this choir because we're going to prepare for Easter. It's going to be awesome.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Easter choir. Ooh,
Easter
ooh,
choir.
Ooh. Love it.
The bear and I are going to talk about the statement of being. My name is Rick Horsey. I'm your ministerial associate today. This is Bert here. He's going to talk too. If you'll say the statement of being with me, please.
We are the creative I am, dedicating our lives to its full realization through compassion, inclusiveness, and joyous service. Amen.
Amen to that. Now, if you'll say the prayer of protection with me as well.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Amen.
Hey, God.
I see a lot of bright lights here in this sanctuary. Please rise as you're able for our next song. Go out and shine.
Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine.
Step out.
Step out and take a chance. Walk the talk, join the dance. Relax, enjoy the ride. Let kindness be your guide. You gotta go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine.
One voice.
One voice, one hand, one heart. Wanna change, make a start. We're one big family. We're What's good for you is good for me. I gotta go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine your light. You know the time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine.
Woo-hoo! All right.
Our daily word for today is friendship. Our affirmation is, I give thanks for my friends. And the reading is, so much has been written about the meaning of friendship. Poems, books, songs, personal letters between friends. Thinking of my treasured friendships, I pause to wonder how I would write about them. How would I express the message of my heart? Exploring these questions brings my friends deeper into my heart and soul. I am grateful for how they enrich my life. I recognize and deeply feel the love that we have built upon. I recall how we met, what we've shared, and how we have been there for each other through the highs and lows of life. I give thanks for sharing the laughter and the tears. I pray I am the friend to each of them that they are to me, for we are faithfully united in a sacred bond. Dear friends, I pray for you, I cherish you, and I am grateful for you. Our scripture reading today is from the book of John, chapter 15, verse 15, and it reads, I have called you friends. This is the time of our service for our meditation. And as we begin, take a deep breath and find a comfortable position in your chairs. And if you choose, you may close your eyes and begin to relax even further into this moment. Now, for those of you who may be new to meditation, it has been said that prayer is when we speak with God, and meditation is when we listen. Let's take a few minutes now to let go of all of those busy thoughts that may be streaming through our minds, and just focus on my voice as we relax even more into this moment. Now, take another deep breath and begin to sense the feeling of gratitude for life itself. Feel it as it spreads through your heart and mind. And no matter the current circumstances that are in your life, there is always something to be grateful for. Perhaps you can feel the love that you have for friends and family, or perhaps you can hold on to that one kind word that was recently given to you and pass it on to someone else as a gift from your heart. Begin to see how that gift of kindness begins to surround your life and world with more of the same. Notice now how each act of random kindness returns to you like a warm, gentle wind, filling your sails and lifting you to a higher understanding of life and love. Feel the warmth. Feel the love. And know the truth of who you are, a beautiful, creative expression of the one power and one presence in this universe. Indeed, the very essence of you is love. Let go of everything else and know that this is your truth. Now let's take these thoughts into our hearts and into the silence. Now, my friends, as you begin to return to this room and this space, be the kindness that you wish to receive in your life. Be the friend that you wish to attract more of. Be the child of God that you are, and know that you are loved and loved. And so it is. Amen.
Sing more love, more power.
More love, more power, more of you in my life. More love, more power, more of you in my life. And I will worship you with all of my heart. And I will worship you with all of my mind. And I will worship you with all of my strength. For you are my God. More love, more power, more of you in my life. More love, more power, more of you in my life. And I will worship you with all of my heart. And I will worship you with all of my mind. And I will worship you with all of my strength. For you are my God. You are my God. More love, more power, and I will seek your face with all of my heart, and I will seek your face with all of my mind, and I will seek your face with all of my strength, for you are my God. You are my God. More love, more power, more of you in my life. More love, more power, more of you in my life.
Let's sing that together one more time, just that. More love, more power, more of you in my life. More love, more power, more of you in my life. Wow, lots of power there. So, I'd love to give a shout out to Daniel Dugan for being here today and playing the guitar. When we're blessed with his presence, it always deepens our music. And so we're very grateful to have you. How many of you, and be honest now, when you came in, stopped to look at the sign? Yay! Yay! That's right. That's right. It's a beautiful thing. Even I had to stop and take a look at it again. And I'll probably stop the next 28 times that I drive by it. But, you know, you guys, this church has held that idea, has held that consciousness of a sign that would welcome neighbors, that would make our presence known in the neighborhood. And I believe that everything happens in exactly the right time. And I don't even know what to say. I'm so taken aback by all the love and work that went into that happening. Of course, Rick Horsey, I don't even know what to say about him. Honestly, he was project manager, he was babysitter, he was the engineer. It was a beautiful thing. And a sign company, Mark and Lena Frank, amazing, amazing people. I don't know how many of you know this, but you know, we had the fundraiser and we got to a certain amount of money and we said, Teresa Hasty actually, so we want to love on her also because she was really a driving force for this sign. And she told them, this is the money we have. We did a great job raising it. Now, what kind of sign can you give us for that? And instead of giving us a different design, they donated the extra $6,500 that it took for us to have that sign. Whew. Thank you. Whew. Yes, I touched your bear. You're touching me, you're touching me, you're touching me. Yeah. Oh, catching bees with honey. I heard this at a program recently. You catch more bees with honey than with vinegar. I don't remember what the program was, and it must not have been all that exciting because my brain went into catching bees with honey. And what would be the origin of that? And who would have been the first person to think that that was something to say? Under what circumstances would you say such a thing? You can catch more bees with honey than you can with vinegar. So I decided, as I do often when I come up with these questions, I know you guys do it too, like you see a food and you go, who would have been the first one to actually try to eat that? Right? And where do you go? We all go to the Oracle. Google. So I went to the Oracle, and I fell right down that rabbit hole. As many of you know, we have a front yard vegetable garden. We have hens in the back 40 and various birds and dogs. So it probably comes as no surprise to any of you that my partner has mentioned more than once a desire to become a beekeeper. Yes. And at this point, I can honestly tell you that I've watched enough YouTube videos so I could successfully make a swarm trap or a bait hive that would attract wild bees. And then I'd get bitten about 1,000 times. The videos were fascinating, and I just could not stop watching them. One thing I found out straight away, I found was really interesting. Using honey is not recommended for attracting bees. But you don't attract bees with honey at all. But you can use an old piece of the honeycomb. And what this will do is attract, the smell of it will attract the scout bees as they're going out looking for a new home. And it'll attract them enough that they'll go and check out your swarm trap and see if they like it there. But they may not live there just because they checked it out. Apparently, bees are very persnickety little things. And they may just go move on down the road. So a little further down that rabbit hole I went. You can catch more bees with honey than vinegar. The original saying was published in a poem in 1666. And it was, you can catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. That makes a little more sense. Because you can use sugar to catch flies. And I didn't have to research this one because I happen to be a very proficient fly catcher. If you have a large vegetable garden and you compost everything, you can learn a thing or two about catching flies. But what some of you probably don't know is to successfully catch flies, you have to use both sugar and vinegar to catch flies. 1 part sugar, 2 parts apple cider vinegar, some warm water to dissolve it and mix it, a couple of drops of liquid soap on top. Those little buggers cannot resist that concoction. No more flies. So why is this even a saying? If no matter how you look at it, it doesn't hold up, why are we even using it? I guess we can't look too deeply or literally at bees or flies, but we can stick with the spirit or the moral of the phrase, which is quite simply, people respond better to kindness and courtesy than they do argument and rudeness. And the payoff is, you're more likely to get what you want from someone if you follow this rule. It sounds a little superficial, even if it is practical. So while still in that rabbit hole, I discovered the word bees is in the New International Version of the Bible 4 times. And it metaphysically represents being very active, serving and sustaining activity in your soul, a sense of discrimination and a keen perception. It's used to demonstrate the busyness of maintaining appearances. As Genesis 35, where Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, stayed very busy helping maintain Rebekah's beauty. Vinegar is used 9 times in the Bible, and it represents some evil consciousness or error thinking. But the word honey shows up in that version of the Bible 62 times. 24 of those are in the Hebrew Bible and refer to the land flowing of milk and honey. Now, we've all heard of the land of milk and honey. Where milk represents substance and honey represents truth. The land of milk and honey is the consciousness of substance and truth. And according to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary that was written by Unity's co-founder Charles Fillmore, substance is an idea in divine mind. It is the spiritual essence out of which all things are made. Substance is visible and comprehensible to mind, but our 5 senses cannot apprehend it. Truth, with a capital T, that which accords with God is divine principle. That which is, has been, and always will be. That which is unchanging and unchangeable. The basic principle of truth is that the mind of each individual may be consciously unified with divine mind through the indwelling Christ. So you could catch more bees with honey than vinegar. So if I were to look for a deeper meaning of that phrase, metaphysically interpret it beyond its literal meaning, the practical use of the phrase would be, to me, the stress of your busy life, the worry of your life, all the bees in your life that are humming around your head, your humanness and your humanity, is attracted truly to the yearning for truth of God. The all-powerful, all-knowing, everywhere present, universal source of all life. All of the bees in your life, all the bees that are swarming around your mind, body, and soul are being gathered together in divine order, giving meaning, clarity, and purpose. As we're told in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, who have been called according to his purpose. Our souls are always seeking divine power in our lives. They want more God, Our souls want more God in our lives. The song that we just sang says it beautifully. Our souls are always seeking more divine power in our lives. So the next time you catch more bees with honey than vinegar, take the time to notice what bees are flying around you. What worries, fears, resentments, what, if any, part of your life can be released, turned over to God, to be redirected and used for good. Unity's 4th principle states that through prayer and meditation, we consciously connect with God through the Christ that lives in each one of us. And the payoff is good health, prosperity, and abundance in all areas of your life. So, pray with me. We know that in our lives, day to day, our lives are very human. Our lives consist of living on this planet with other people. And in that process, we get busy like bees, sometimes being more productive than other times. We see this and we know this, and we appreciate that part in us that stays aware and conscious and sustains our humanness. And we appreciate you, God, the opportunity to quiet that noise, to house all those bees and direct them into a new purpose, into our true purpose in life. We're grateful that we know, even if we take a slightly off turn, we know in our hearts, souls, and minds that God uses it all for good to those who love him. For this we are grateful. Amen.
That's all, folks. We're keeping on with our new year and new beginnings constantly. There's every new day is a new day. And so Karen Carpenter said it best with the song, "We've Only Just Begun." We've only just begun to live. White lace and promises, a kiss for luck, and we're on our way.
We've only begun.
Before the rising sun, we fly. So many roads to choose. We start out walking and learn to run.
And yes, we've just begun.
You can sing it with me if you want. Here we go. Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us, working together day to day, together. And when the evening comes, we smile. So much of life ahead. We'll find a place where there's room to grow.
And yes, we've just begun.
Sharing horizons that are new to us, watching the signs along the way, talking it over, just the two of us, working together day to day, together, together. And when the evening comes, we smile. So much of life ahead. We'll find a place where there's room to grow. And yes, we've just begun. Thank you, gentlemen, and thank you for your help. Listen, we've got Eric, we've got Michael, we've got Daniel. We got it going on here.
Going on.
Not to mention our one-armed bandit. I didn't mean bandit. Our one-armed girl. I'm going to step down now.
Yes, I think we're in day 54 of Sling Watch. Yeah. And we've got a few more weeks to go, but everything is healing really well, and I appreciate all the love and all of your prayers. So keep them coming. And this is the time in our service where we celebrate our prosperity with our gifts, our tithes, and our love offerings. So let's take the energy that is in our gifts, whether it's in person, online, if you auto tithe, PayPal, however you bless us, gather that energy, bring it in, and let's bless it together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the joy of giving and receiving. And so it is. I love to look at all these beautiful faces. And I know a lot of your faces online, too. Let's put a final blessing on this offering. Mother, Father, God, we know that this offering is the very substance of your being, and that it was created for us before the world was even formed. We know, acknowledge, and affirm that according to your perfect law, it returns to each giver, heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And for an increased understanding of this perfect law, we do give thanks. And so it is. Amen. So we would love to support you in prayer. If you're here in church and you'd like some one-on-one prayer after service, we have prayer chaplains that will meet you up in the front of the church and be happy to pray with you one-on-one. If you're out, not in the building, excuse me. If you're, if you don't want one-on-one prayer, but you're still in the building, there are prayer cards in the seat back in front of you. Please fill one of those out and bring them to the prayer box. Our prayer chaplains will pray on those for a week. Then we send them all up to Unity Village. They pray 24 hours a day for 30 days. So it's just the strongest prayer force I believe you can get for what you're looking for. So we love to pray at Unity. If you're online, you can send us a request on our website. You can message us in Facebook. You can actually call the church. Chances are I will answer, and I would love to pray with you one-on-one. Just let us know. Now, if you are new here for the very first time, I think we might have a couple. I'm not sure. But if you're new, yay, we've got maybe 3, I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, if you're here for the first time and you're in the building, let us give you a packet of information about our ministry, please. Josh is passing it out right now. The gentleman in the back? Oh, you're long time? No? I can't see. Okay, awesome. Beautiful. Welcome. What's your name? Sherry? Sherry, welcome. We're so glad that you're here with us today. Yay. And if you're watching us online for the very first time, we'd love to welcome you as well. Again, send a message on Facebook, on our website, call the church. I'd be happy to give you more information about the Unity movement and Unity on the Space Coast.
As Rick was mentioning earlier, we're having our first choir rehearsal in 2 weeks. However, yeah, you can clap for that if you like.
Yeah! I like it.
However, today we're doing a sign-up, so Maida Walton will be doing that. Maida, can you raise your hand or stand up, please, so we know who
Yay,
you are?
Maida.
So no prior history knowledge of singing is needed. We'll take anyone, so just come see Maida, give you name and number, and we'll connect with you. Thank you so much.
All right.
I have a short little story. Are any of my stories ever really short? But when the Waltons came for the first time, I saw them here, and I thought, I know them. And I thought, well, I probably know them from Christ Church Unity in Orlando, or they've been here for another event, but I recognized them. I knew that I had seen them before, but I couldn't just place where it was. And then a week or two later, they were talking about the choir. And they said, and Meta is going to lead it for us. My mind was blown. Meta was my choir director nearly 30 years ago, 25 or 30 years ago. And she is magnificent. So if you like to sing, even if you don't know anything about it, trust me, this group will bring it out of you. Just come join us. We'll have a beautiful Easter Sunday. Thank you, Meta.
I love it.
All right, let's all stand and sing our song of peace.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with our family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now.
Right now.
With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Let's say today's affirmation together. I give
give
thanks
thanks
for
for
my
my
friends. And so it is. I love you. Have a wonderful week. Mwah.
Go out and shine your light. Cha 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 cha.
You know.
The time is right. You gotta go out and shine your light. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. Go out and shine. What? Go out and shine.